Encounters are God's approach or God's means of fortifying a minister and keeping him accurate. When a minister stops having encounters, he's beginning to fall. The assurance that you are accurate is not that men are clapping for you. The assurance that you are accurate is not that you are having more invitations and more visibilities. The assurance that you are accurate is not that your congregation is becoming bigger. Those are earthly parameters. The assurance that you are accurate is that every time an encounter comes, it corrects you and approves you. That's why Isaiah was a prophet for many years. It took an encounter for him to discover that he had swayed from the path of God and his tongue was corrupt. If he didn't see the seraphims, he would not have known that he was a liar, because he was the most senior prophet in Israel. Who will correct the most senior prophet? Except as in the corridor of encounter where the ancients appeared and told him, who are you? Immediately he removed his title as a prophet and kept it aside. He began to call himself a man, because in that realm titles don't hold sway. It's purity that defines you. And when he appeared before the seraphims, they were burning with fire. Immediately he saw iniquity all over him and he fell down and began to repent. When encounters are gone, accuracy is withdrawn. This is why Eli became inaccurate in the realm of God. The Bible said in 1 Samuel chapter 3 verse 1, he said in those days the voice of God was scarce and there were no open vision. This was why Eli delved into iniquity. They didn't have encounters anymore. And so God was no longer coming to bring quality control to ministry. When a man doesn't have encounter, a time will come he will become so big, because everybody will call him Papa, and he will papa his way into error. He will papa his way into Hades. But you see, when the immortal spirits show up, they are older than the oldest of men. And so the parameters they present to you, age and time is not one of it. When they check your stand, they will see if there is purity. They will see if there is accuracy. They will see if there is love for God. Because when you started, you had a passion for God. They will weigh that fire in your heart. Whether the fire in your heart has gone out or whether the fire is still there. Those are the parameters they check. Because they are not coming from a realm where you can intimidate them. They are coming from Zion. They stand in the presence of God. And so no man can intimidate them. So the reason encounters define ministry and the accuracy of a minister is because it is only by encounter that the standard of God can be shown to you. And if you don't see the standard of God again and again, you will drift into error, you will not know. And so every minister that made impact until they left the earth, they were men of continuous encounters. In fact, you grow based on the level of encounters you have. Your birthday on earth may be calculated into 365 days. Your birthday in the spirit is not calculated into days. It's calculated into the transitions that you have in the spirit. And every time a man sustains an encounter, he ascends to a higher realm. Encounters are the things that make you wise and old in the spirit, because it brings you the testimonies of light. Our world is not accurate anymore because men don't have encounters again. This is why you see a lot of fraternity, human connection. Because when you see that you are no longer having encounter to command authority from the realm of God, you will need to stand with somebody else that look relevant, so that you can draw relevance from that person. In the days when encounters were common, men could decide to separate themselves and be in the wilderness until their day of showing forth. They didn't derive value from other men. They derived value from the encounters that they had. And so when John came from the wilderness, the Bible said he was the voice crying in the wilderness. He could look at all the Pharisees and call them brood of vipers. He didn't need human association to build relevance, because he was standing with God. Did you read about Elijah? He said, before God whom I stand, there shall be no rain or dew. He was not connected to the band of prophet. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with unity. When the church gets mature, unity becomes one of the signs that we have attained maturity. But it is not fraternity in the flesh for self-preservation. It is a corporate existence for kingdom authority. Are we together? Encounters, when they are withdrawn, ministers become inaccurate, because only by encounter can you see the perspective of God. If I ask you today, when was the last time you had an encounter, you'll be shocked. This is why you are now affording to drift into error. This is why strange doctrines are beginning to make sense to you, because the doctrine are based on human perception, not based on kingdom alignment. That's why you can hear something that is not consistent with God's nature and you cannot discern it, because it's been long you encountered God. And so the realm of God has become alien to you. Anything that looks reasonable, you will accept it, because encounters are dry. Encounters are gone. When encounters are gone, men lose their stand with God.